with less than 2 months left in the high-voltage champ versus champ showdown in Perth. Alexander Volkanovski is stronger than ever as he bulks up to fight at 155. This isn't the first time he's fought in the heavier division, and we don't think it's gonna be the last. The featherweight king is pumped and isn't leaving any stone unturned as he gears up to become a double champion. Keep watching this video for more. First up, stronger than ever. One thing we love about the featherweight champ is that he never underestimates his opponent. The 34-year-old shared a video on his YouTube channel and talked about how Islam will be one of the toughest fights of his career since he's so strong. He hasn't exactly dominated the lightweight division considering Charles Oliveira was his first real fight, but that still doesn't mean he isn't gonna be ready. Volka knows there's gonna be a lot of pressure since there's so much on the line, and that's exactly why he vows to be ready for the action. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be more than ready. I'm going to be fit. I'm going to be stronger than ever. The great claims he's already much heavier, significantly stronger, and more muscular than his last appearance in the cage. It's going to be a very tough fight, to say the least. But if there's anyone who can put an end to the Makhachev hype train, it has to be Volkanovski. The Aussie has had an incredible 2022, putting away the likes of Max Holloway and Chan Sung Jung. He's been talking about joining the legendary list of double champions for quite some time now, and if you ask us, we think he has a huge advantage going into this fight. Alexander will be fighting in front of his people in Perth, and when the entire arena is chanting his name, it's going to add a lot of stress to Islam's first title defense. Next, not his first rodeo. In case you're wondering, this isn't the first time Alexander will be bulking up to fight in the lightweight division. Believe it or not, Volka has even competed at 170, but the featherweight division remains his favorite since that's where he's found the majority of his success, even if we talk about his days before taking up mixed martial arts as a profession. The great was a rugby player, so he's used to carrying all that extra muscle. Former double champion Conor McGregor thinks packing on a lot of weight and entering the octagon like a bowling ball will be enough for the Aussie to win the lightweight title. What that basically means is that all that extra muscle and weight will just take Makhachev for a ride, as he has no clue what's in store for him. Volka is a beast in the featherweight division, ranking at the very top when it comes to the hardest hitters. Imagine the damage he could do when he packs on all that additional muscle to make weight. Former UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya has also sided with his training partner and thinks Volka can even out-wrestle Islam on the ground. Izzy claims Volka has thrown him down on multiple occasions, and despite the weight and height difference, the Aussie is very powerful. So for all those fighters and analysts saying he's fighting at a disadvantage because of the weight, this ain't his first rodeo. He's used to carrying extra muscle, and it'll be a really tough match for Islam Makhachev at UFC 284 in Perth. Moving on, 2023, the year of Alexander Volkanovski. As if his journey wasn't already impressive enough, the 34-year-old claims 2023 will be a huge year of his career and legacy. It'll start with a win over the dominant Islam Makhachev, followed by several title defenses in both the feather and lightweight divisions. When I'm telling you 2023 is gonna be the biggest year of my whole career, my legacy, this is the defining year. While talking about his fight against the Russian, Volka said this fight isn't just gonna make him a great fighter or something. It's not gonna make him the best of the year either. This opportunity, the chance to become the first active double champion by defeating Islam Makhachev, will cement his name in MMA history as one of the greatest of all time. And when you have something like that in front of you, it makes sense why he's leaving no stone uncovered as he prepares for the electrifying showdown in Perth. Whether he'll be able to overcome the Russian remains a question mark, since he's also going to be training day and night to meet expectation. And let's not forget, there's a lot riding on this for him as well, since it's his first title defense. Khabib and the boys are obviously going to be prepared going into the fight, but in Perth, in front of a packed arena, all chanting Volka's name, like we said before, there's gonna be a lot of pressure on Islam, and that might just end up being the deciding factor. Now for, it wouldn't really be an upset. Was Islam Makhachev defeating Charles Oliveira an upset? Well, not really. Both fighters had a lot of support, and when Islam finally submitted him in the second round of the fight, many fans knew it was coming. Would it be the same if he beat Alexander though? Are people expecting the Russian champion to come through again and be successful in his first title defense? Chael Sonnen actually thinks the opposite. If Volka was to beat Khabib 2.0 on the night of action, it wouldn't really be an upset, and that's mainly because all that invincible aura surrounding Islam was shattered before he got knocked out. He isn't undefeated like his mentor, and if the great is able to pull something out of the fire and give him a taste of his own medicine come UFC 284, it wouldn't be a shocker. It'll be another victory for the Aussie, an expected victory for some. But if we're talking about their skill sets, experience, and overall fight IQ, Alexander definitely has the edge. Even if we look look at the pound-for-pound rankings. Volka is number 1, where Islam is at number 5. We totally agree with the American gangster here, and can't seem to understand how the Aussie is an underdog going into this matchup. But again, you heard it here first, people. If Alexander is able to muster the strength to win the lightweight title at Perth, we won't be shocked. Following up, bulking with Volk. Like we said earlier, Alexander isn't leaving any stone unturned, as he not only started a camp a few weeks early for this fight, but he's also following a very strict diet to put on muscle. The 34-year-old doesn't want to go through a dirty bulk just to meet the weight requirement, but wants to maintain his agility while adding to strength. So just following the diet plan and going through intensive training sessions is really putting him under a lot of stress. But he understands the opportunity. You don't get a shot at becoming the double champ every day, so either don't do it at all or go all out. And from the looks of it, the featherweight champion is going all out. He's calling the process bulking with Volk and documenting the entire process. Now, UFC fighters aren't usually the ones to complain about eating, but while talking to fans on his YouTube channel, Volka mentioned how eating so much every single day is super difficult. Oh, and did we tell you about how he's training with guys much bigger than him to get used to all the grappling? Yeah, the Aussie has invited some really big elite level grapplers to come train with him, so Islam can't use his superior grappling skills for the better. He still has about 8 weeks in the camp, but in terms of overall preparation, the Great is really doing a fantastic job here. It seems like he wasn't joking around when he said he'll be more than ready than Makhachev on the night of action at UFC 284. Up next, the best in the world. Alexander also has one of the best grapplers in the world at his camp, and that's gonna help him a lot in the 8-week build-up leading to the fight. He's called over Craig Jones, who's a massive 95 kilograms, and for Volka to be grappling with him in practice is just insane. We're just hoping he doesn't get injured though. And about the eating being too difficult, why not just invite Patty to the training camp? But yeah, as far as the game plan goes, Volka knows what to expect. He knows Islam will try to use his frame and body weight to make it difficult for him on the ground, so he's decided to call the big boys. Let's just step back for a second and look at things from a wider perspective. He's training with the best guys in the world, working with fighters like Izzy, following a strict diet, and is just really motivated. There's no way he could go wrong, right? Well, that's what we like to think, but Islam is probably going through something similar, if not more. And that's exactly what makes it a potential fight of the year. It's a bold claim, we know, but we think it's gonna be really big. And last but not least, all fireworks. It isn't gonna be like the Oliveira fight, since almost everyone knew it would either be 0 or 100. Both gentlemen would either battle it out in a bloody contest, or there would be a clear winner. We can't say the same about this one though. Both fighters refused to go down. Either one of them would consider breaking a bone before tapping out, and that's what makes it so much more exciting. It's gonna be all fireworks, ladies and gents, and for anyone who has tickets to this match or is planning on purchasing a PPV, you won't regret it. We can't wait to see these two dudes dance inside the cage. Islam has fire and passion, but if we're talking about heart, Alex walks away as the clear winner. And with that, that's it from our side, folks. So what you think? Will we be seeing the 9th double champ at UFC 284? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.